Hi, it's Joy, and today I'm going to be watching Only Murders in the Building, Season 2, Episode 4, Here's Looking at You. The last episode was very emotional, made me really care about Bunny and feel really sad that she was dead. I have no idea what to expect from this one, especially after that. Let's go. Oh, is that Lucy? Oh. Wow, she's grown now. Where is she? Oh, her mum? You love Lucy more than you miss the woman. It's hard, I know. Where is she?
Let's go for blocking. You know, I wasn't sure this day would ever come.
Oh, with his wig.
Sure I'd ever be back here. Take a seat in the wheelchair. Yeah.
In the wheelchair.
Wheelchair? A wheelchair? Touch of dementia. Dementia?
Oh, yeah.
It's this murder case you're involved in? Be able to write you out in case you go to prison.
Fuck.
Going to prison?
Oh.
This an okay time?
Lucy?
He still pictures the tiny little girl she was.
You don't know. I'm gonna call you later.
He's reaching out to you here. He wants you in his life.
Oliver.
Fucking hell.
Come in.
It pays to be
I'll
rich.
just get another one. Oh, good.
Would he be allowed? I know it's house arrest, but surely he's A, wealthy enough to have another home, and B, would they let him be on house arrest in the same building as the people he hurt? But it's not that kind of show, it's fine.
You're back. I don't have to act on my thoughts. For example,
Right now, I want to throttle you.
the thought of wringing your neck really stimulates my root chakra. But it's probably not worth losing 3 of my mindfulness badges.
Only 3?
I'm going to fuck you. I'm not sure when or how quite yet. But I'm going to fuck you. Hard. Harder than you've ever been fucked before.
Okay.
Namaste.
So what are you
So
doing?
what do
No.
Oh.
No, you first.
Oh.
I mean, what brings you... Lucy!
He loves her so much.
It's so cool to meet you. I've heard your podcast, but I usually listen to it on 2x speed, and your voices are so much deeper than I thought.
Yep.
I love them.
Absolutely.
You can play games on your telephone.
She can.
What is she doing here? I don't understand things she says. Can you talk to her and just find out anything?
Why? Because I'm a girl?
No,
'Cause you're young.
You're young. She used the word Manhattan. Hey, Luce. Maybe you
Oh,
and Mabel,
she used
can
to
get
sit on
know
the
each other a little
counters.
bit.
Hey, girl.
Hey.
You're old to
This
her.
weird adult business thing sound kind of queer coded. I upvoted you on the Days 100.
What?
Your story is it's really, really inspiring.
She's not young
You should know about
anymore.
mental health.
I relate.
I prayed to the 100 Gex tree to get a real diagnosis, but my mom, she hates big pharma, so.
Mabel is like, I'm old.
Is the adult business concluded, please?
Carl said it's an old favorite of Lucy's.
Oh.
Is that you?
Oh my god.
She will have such lovely memories. Probably one of them, the time when she was stable and the man her mother was with cared about her.
Yeah, we'll make fun of it all you want, but it was a big hit in Germany. It went to number 83 on the charts, and then the Berlin Wall fell, and that's...
This is so familiar.
Oh, wait for it.
This was sampled by like 50 rap stars.
God, that is you! I know this!
Yeah, it was used by Post Malone and MC Elliott.
Yeah, and Del the Funky Homo Sapien.
Oh, God, do you not wash these?
Oh my god.
Is that blood?
They are being
Tell me
framed.
that you butchered a hog.
You cannot be involved in this. You have to go now. Sorry.
We love you. I mean, he loves you.
Fine.
What is going on?
She cannot be a part of this. Now her fingerprints are on the murder weapon.
She
I'm gonna run
needs
through the
you.
dishwasher.
Wait! My fingerprints aren't on it!
I mean, if it was simply about getting us caught, the police would be banging down that door.
Jesus Christ.
Holding this knife!
Jesus fucking Christ.
Nina Lynn punched me. She is violent, and after backstabbing Bunny, I think she might have front stabbed her too. She will cut a bitch.
Thank
We'll
you.
use that in the podcast.
You can come in.
What is the baby doing?
I think I know how people are getting into your apartment.
Oh my god. That's where she's been filming from.
Why?
This building is messed up.
You're not a part of this. I am calling your mother.
She does not want to see me, not after I skipped her wedding.
Oh.
You skipped her wedding?
Okay, can we do family therapy later? Because we're literally...
We do need to talk about it though. This is so creepy.
Are they cutting some sort of deal to change the Arconia?
By putting in a giant...
They surely, it's too early for us to figure out who killed her. They just meant she had to go off the board.
Bunny had to go.
You got your own lawyer now?
Ooh.
I love you so much.
Go help your son's rehearsal. Stay away from me, right? They just told the truth that it was an accident. Probably would have gone better. I mean, he would have ended up in prison, no doubt, but...
In a total state of shock, I really am. And I've never wanted to hug my son more.
Go do it then. He needs your help.
Anyway, what did I miss?
How you were doing, you know, with the baby coming right on the heels of losing your beloved mentor on the board.
Oh, God.
And we've got her.
Her water's broke. Is that what happens when your water breaks?
Was she a good mom?
Yeah.
Why is that?
She was there for me.
Charles is lovely.
This won't be the last time your kid will scare the shit out of you. But everything's gonna be okay.
He's such a good
All the hard
man.
parts will be worth it, I promise. Just breathe.
But also, did you kill anyone? Because we did come here to try and take you away from your kid forever by sending you to prison.
You find her murderer and give me 5 minutes in a room with that motherfucker once you do.
She's savage. She wanted Bunny off the board, but...
Okay, there's a chance I may have to deliver this baby, but don't worry. I once played an obstetric anesthesiologist on a show called The Deliverer, and... Oh, thank God. Oh, jeez.
Just tell him whatever it is.
He loves you.
Well, that was a day.
Is the knife still in the ceiling?
I saw a deaf son.
What else?
Yeah.
All right.
Later.
Yeah, so real. Don't be a stranger, dog.
Yeah, you're down with the kids.
When I was listening to your podcast, she seemed like a good match to me, too. So you shouldn't, you know, feel embarrassed about that. You know, it always bummed me out, thinking about you being alone after we left. And, so what I'm trying to say is...
They
that
love each
I
other so
hope that you
much.
find somebody someday.
I didn't know I was allowed. Your mom said no contact.
Well, you're allowed.
He's thought about you every day. He makes your omelette every day. Yeah. Oh. He cares so deeply.
And instead of going to the church, I tried coming here to see you.
Did she say something?
Okay.
He was celebrating.
Can we do it at my place?
Oh. Has she been running around town since then? Has she been hiding in the walls since then?
Glad you didn't.
Things get.
Oh my god. It's a man. Oh my god. Tell him what you heard, sweetheart.
You don't have to worry about me.
You have that ink recorded, sweetheart. Tell someone.
Building, Charles, and you need to get tougher. You need to find them before they find you.
Oh. I need, like, we might be able to recognise the cough or the sneeze. I'm trying to place myself if I can remember anyone who coughed or sneezed like that. Does he want, like, does he want a criminal, like someone with the mind of a criminal to help him find a criminal? Okay, it was absolutely fantastic to finally meet Lucy and to see the connection that she and Charles still have with each other, even though it's been such a long time. And, you know, it is impossibly hard, I think, when you are a single parent and you bring another adult into your child's life. Like, you have to kind of weigh up, like, is that... I think it almost might have been better for Lucy. Like, if he'd been her biological father, they would have had some kind of visits. It might have been nice for them to carry on, but I can also understand the idea of thinking, well, he's not in her life anymore, so we're just cutting him off. But I love that he's still a safe space to her, even if, you know, she technically is the only witness to a murder. She heard it. It was just so lovely to see her and to see their connection lingering from when they were young. It was just really, really lovely, and to know that she still has this safe place to land if things get hard at home. Can be hard being a kid. I love that she has this support network to fall back on. And yes, she heard the freaking murder. She has it filmed. Like, it won't be as clear on the video, but the camera phones these days, they're very good. Like, she probably doesn't know who did it. I mean, no, she doesn't have a clue who did it because she was hiding. And she doesn't know the people, but like, the coughing, the sneeze or the cough or whatever he did, I feel like if you know the person, you could potentially voice ID it back. I don't think she saw him, but she could hear that it was big clunky footsteps. So she was there, and it's so interesting. I mean, that kind of proves that it was Mabel. It wasn't Mabel or Charles or Oliver, because Charles and Oliver were together the entire time, and Mabel is not a giant hulking man, and she did not go stomping around in the secret passageways because she was straight to get, like, it's just, she has an alibi, but I also get that she's quite scared, and doesn't want to be involved. But yeah, that's so, like, I just did not expect Lucy to have been there. I was wondering at the beginning why she was hiding in the thing. I was worried that it was going to be like, at some point she was in danger, so she went to hide. So they now know how people are getting in and out. Now, my immediate thought would be, the killer doesn't know that we know about this, right? Put a camera, a little like webcam or a nanny cam or a Ring doorbell type cam by the entrance to the tunnel in each of their apartments, and then if somebody comes in, you'll have footage of them breaking in, so then you can A, show the police, look, someone broke in, and B, hopefully you can tell who it is. So I hope they do something like that, because this killer has been going in and out of Charles in particular's apartment to plant evidence, and that's very interesting, and I love that kids know things. Perhaps one of my favourite moments, other than the like connection between Charles and Lucy, was Mabel realising she's no longer young. Like, obviously Mabel is young, but definitely, you know, I'm around the same age as Selena Gomez, so I assume I'm around the same age as Mabel. And yeah, like, kids today scare me. I'm old now. So that was really funny. That, you know, to the old men, she is young, and therefore, like, she understands more of what Lucy was saying, and I understood more than I wanted to. I was like, this kid speak. But I thought it was particularly interesting, that little moment, because yeah, it sucks when you're young but you're not young enough. You're old now. Lucy was just a delight. I hope she and Charles are able to have a real relationship. I mean, definitely once she's 18, they can see each other as much as they want, and they can text each other now. And if her mother is kind, she'd let her go and stay for weekends or whatever. Like, she trusted Charles with her baby once. She'd do it again. Okay, so the rest of the case. The secret tunnels are absolutely ridiculous. I mean, it makes sense. You know, this is a place that built a secret lift, a secret elevator. Prohibition was a thing. Like, you definitely could see there being all sorts of weird tunnels and quirks to this building, and it also explains all the different murders that were happening. God, if only Mabel and Mabel's like annoying friend who died, rest in peace, knew about the tunnels. They could have broken into so many more homes so much easier. They wouldn't have needed the key that Oscar, that's his name, right, his dad had. Just, I thought it was particularly interesting as well, seeing the Dermises again, because, like, I can't, I mean, it's his only home, but at the same time he's wealthy. Surely he wouldn't be allowed to live in the same house as the people he kidnapped. Obviously the difference would be if they weren't he's not been arrested for kidnapping. But then they must be some of the witnesses in his trial, unless they just confessed. So my brain's a little a little fuzzy and phasey on the specific details of what went down last season, because CFS don't get it good. But yeah, that kind of interaction was terrifying. Like, if I was Oliver, like, why did he get in the lift? You just be like, I actually forgot something, I'm gonna go back out. And you just get the next one. You take the stairs, you know. You do wonder whether he might try and do something to mess with Oliver, but I also feel like he's quite, I mean, he's going through one of the worst times in his life. He and his son are both going to prison. His son is furious with him. Oh, of course, it's not just the murder they're going to prison for, it's also what the dodgy dealings they were doing. I mean, he did drag his son into a lot of stuff and cover up a lot of stuff instead of just dealing with it honestly. I like that it kind of spurred Oliver into being there for his own kid, although he did make sure he'd finished all the stuff he had to do that day before he went to his kid. But I did think that was sweet. And I also loved the moment, I just love this episode, we also loved the moment when Charles was talking about being a good parent and what that means. And you saw both Mabel and Lucy kind of looking at him, and, you know, for Mabel it was like, oh, I miss my dad, like, he reminds me of him. And for Lucy it was, that's the dad I had and I could still have. There was another really lovely moment. I feel like they aren't that much closer to figuring out the murderer. They know how the person's getting around. They know how the person got out of, was able to hide and escape. Obviously, if they had Lucy's video, they'd have that little piece more, even if it was just the sound of the clunking, the sound of Bunny screaming in her death, and the sound of the sneeze cough, which, it's a man. It's also interesting. I'm so excited just to find out more, and I can't wait. I'm like racking my brain right now to try and think if I have a suspect that fits the physical build and the cough, and I don't. And I'm trying to like claw a person out of my brain, and it's not working. This was such a good episode. It was just, I know I said, well, Lucy was fantastic. I love these characters, and seeing the way they are forming genuine friendships and like genuine, just life dynamics they're going through are lovely. Yeah, thank you so much for watching.